Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so you're going to make a model of the carbon cycle. So you're going to either draw it, so illustrate, model, kind of the same thing. It's not like we can kind of build it with our hands because we're online. So we're going to make a model of the carbon cycle. And we're going to include all these things in it. We're going to include carbon dioxide, the atmosphere, respiration, photosynthesis, oxygen, weathering and erosion, decomposers. So tomorrow, decomposers, methane. We've talked about the ocean carbon sink, calcium carbonate, so all the shells. You got to include living organisms, so plants, animals, decomposers, fossil fuels, and arrows showing how they move through the system. Okay. Now, it looks like a lot. Okay, but when you really look at the carbon cycle, a lot of it is repeated. So you're only going to have to put the atmosphere once, but you're going to have arrows that go to respiration, photosynthesis, oxygen, so you're going to have arrows that move around. Okay. So here's a rubric for it, and this is on the assignment in the classroom, or OLS. Here's the things you have to include in your drawing. You have to have a title. You have to label. Okay, so you need to label all the things that were listed. Carbon dioxide, atmosphere, respiration, photosynthesis, oxygen, all the way down. You have to draw your arrows. So how do they move around? How do they cycle? Okay, neatness, I'll get there, Austin. And creativity. Okay, so if I can't figure out where your arrows are going, then some of this will be removed. Concept accuracy. So if you put your arrows in, but you're putting arrows to the wrong things, then you might lose some points here. Okay, so let's look at somebody that has done one. Oh, ways to complete the project. So you can do it in PowerPoint. So everything that I did right here was all PowerPoint. This was PowerPoint, nothing else. Oh, the pictures came from the internet. So literally, I used my snipping tool, took pictures, put it in the PowerPoint, drew some lines. Okay. You can use the whiteboard in class. So you can come before class, after class, help sessions where you just want to set up a one-on-one time that you can use the whiteboard to draw this out. I had a lot of students do this last trimester. Addison, if you can get Prezi to work on it, you can use it, but it's all on one slide. Okay, so you'll see what I mean. You can draw it by hand. You can put it in Word. This is probably the hardest way to do it, I think, unless you can draw on Word. Or storyboard that. This is the easiest way, storyboard. Storyboard and PowerPoint are the two easiest ways to do it. Okay. So here is a representation of what you're going to be doing. This was done on Storyboard That, which is a super, super easy process. And this person was able to put in arrows. They showed the land. They had everything. So they had the ocean. So they had shells that show calcium carbonate. They had the plants. They had it labeled as a carbon sink. So they also showed fossil fuels and methane and decomposers, oil rigs, cars, putting it back into the atmosphere, and we had all the arrows. So they put everything in to one slide. So it's not like you're making a presentation saying, here's respiration, here's photosynthesis, here's this, here's that. You're putting it all into one slide. I was breaking it down just into sections. Okay, so like I said, here's one PowerPoint. This is the one that I did. I made it all on PowerPoint. So Storyboard that, you can set up a free account and it allows you to do 2 storyboards a week. Literally, you can go through and pick the background. You can make a little person. You can add pictures that they have in their picture bank. All the arrows are there. You can make little bubbles. All of this is done in there. You can import pictures. So if you can't find the picture in there and you want to import a picture, you can do that. It's a free program and it's really, really easy to do. I had quite a few students that did it on Storyboard last year or last trimester. I did this on Storyboard. Super simple, took me less than 5 minutes. So, and it's a great thing if you can turn it into other teachers, like maybe your history teacher wants you to do a timeline of something, you can use Storyboard because you can make comic strips out of it. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's really fun. Okay, so here is some things that, so you can go online, okay, in the classroom. If you go to lesson 3 for the carbon cycle, I believe that they have pictures of the carbon cycle in there. You can also go to, you can go into Internet Explorer and put pic of the carbon cycle. You can look at different things and put it together. So, oops. So here is a simple one. Maybe. There you go. So there's a simple one. And we're going to continue to go over this tomorrow, so don't freak out. Okay. We'll put it all together at once. So we can see decay, respiration. Plants respire too, but I wouldn't worry about that. Fossil fuels, ocean, factories, photosynthesis. So here's a simple one. You can get into some pretty complex ones, that really do have a lot of detail. Like I said, I'm asking for certain things just to be added. So if it's not on the list, you don't have to add it. But I suggest you use the internet as ways to put it together. So ocean uptake, deforestation, volcano, none of that stuff's asking for it. But here's the fossil fuels underground. Here's the plant. There's the smoke. So here's the soil, plant. So you can go as long as you have the stuff in there, it isn't that bad. Okay. So it is due, sorry, my eye. It is due next Wednesday? Yes, next Wednesday. So the 6th. It is due on the 6th. And I helped a lot of students with it last trimester. I'm sorry, my eye is watering. So if you need help with it, you're not exactly quite sure where to start, I can give you a start to it. Like I said, we're going to talk about methane production tomorrow because we're going to be doing human impact. So we'll be doing methane production. We will be doing all those kinds of things, but there's lots of ways to do this. Like I said, the Storyboard, this was done on Storyboard, and PowerPoint are probably the 2 easiest things. Okay, so is there any questions on this?